Have you heard of the phrase long war? It's what Ukraine is in right now, a conflict measured not in days or even months, but years. It's a war that tests not just armies, but economies, industries, and entire societies. And it's a war that runs beyond the amount of deployable people and kit available on the shelf. So the question is, how would the UK fare in a war like that?
We have to recognise the risk to the homeland. It's on the pitch again in a way that it frankly wasn't for more than a generation.
That's General Sir Richard Barrons. He used to head up Joint Forces Command and spent nearly 4 decades in the military. And he helped write this, the Strategic Defence Review, a 140-page report outlining the challenges facing UK defence and national security. So he's pretty experienced. And when you look at everything a country has to have in place for a long, grinding conflict, he reckons the UK is only a quarter of the way there. So how does he get to that number? Let's start with what he calls the UK's biggest risk, medical. How do you get from being wounded overseas to an NHS bed back in the UK? 600 casualties a day is the planning figure. Mobilisation planning, once you start to prepare the armed forces for a fight, knowing where they'd go and the training start state. Then there's stockpiles, having the stocks ready for mobilisation and enduring a long period of fighting. Maintaining maritime freedom of navigation and civil air transport, both key for an island like the UK to keep trade going. And a significant element which doesn't get talked about a lot in the context of war, national resilience, securing key infrastructure, cyber resilience, public safety, and maintaining the will of the people to endure a long war. General Barrons scored all of these a 2 out of 10. Even worse was his assessment on protected command and control. Permanent Joint Headquarters, known as PJHQ, is the tri-service headquarters from where all overseas military operations are planned and controlled. General Barrons referred to it as being in an office block in a charming part of northwest London. 0 out of 10. The government's latest national security strategy says for the first time in many years, we have to actively prepare for the possibility of the UK homeland coming under direct threat, potentially in a wartime scenario. When General Sir Richard Barrons took on the job as head of the army, he warned the UK needs to be ready to deter or fight a war in the next 3 years. But retired General Barrons doesn't think we're ready.
Currently, the best effort is we'll be quite ready in about 10 years. I think it'll take a bit longer than that. And our analysis, our allies are saying to us, well, maybe you've got 3 to 5 years.
How do we solve this? The simple answer, money. To be able to fight a long war, we need to get those scores up. And that is going to cost. But the return would be our allies and our enemies knowing if necessary, we're ready, like an insurance policy. Core defence spending is going up to 3.5% of GDP by 2035. But that is a decade away.
We frankly don't need much more analysis to tell us what it is we need to do. The problem is we need to actually do it. And we have chosen not to do it at the speed our analysis tells us that we need to do it. And that's because civil society and our politics have many, many other things that to worry about, and most of our citizens believe is just more important. Let's be quite clear, this is not a matter of affordability. It's not a matter of intelligence or analysis or understanding. It's a matter of will, societal as much as political, and then competence. Maybe we need to do better. I'll stop there.
So, is the UK ready for a long war? Arguably, we're not ready, because we didn't need to be, but perhaps now we do. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.